AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Gilbert Arenas he loves doing this. He loves playing, he loves just putting out different videos, defending Bronny out of nowhere. But this is his reaction to Jaylen Brown saying that Bronny won't be a pro, and they called him saying
Jaylen Brown. Do you know what they said about him in Summer League? He was the third pick in the NBA draft. The third pick in the NBA draft. The first 3 games, just like Bronny. Bronny was 6 for 26. Jaylen Brown was 5 for 26 from the field in his first 3 games in Summer League. He's fine.
That's a good upside.
He's fine.
That's a good upside.
Man, no one bashed him, and he was the third pick in the NBA draft.
That was Gilbert Arenas speaking to Bronny's performance and just everyone bashing Bronny, specifically Jaylen Brown getting caught talking to his girl about, Bronny not being able to be a pro. I mean, what's your reaction to that? I think you spoke a little to that, Lenzell. But what's your reaction to Gilbert Arenas saying that, like comparing Jaylen Brown's first Summer League games to Bronny?
I mean, look at where Jaylen Brown is now. Let me ask you this: do you think Jaylen Brown has lived up to his third pick in the NBA draft?
Yeah, definitely, of course. So he superseded it, actually.
Right. So I think Bronny is going to show why he was picked at 50. What is it, 55? I just don't see it where Bronny is really going to succeed like that. He's just gonna. I think it's too much pressure. I think he's too young. I don't think he's ready. I think he's undersized, and this is a whole different ballgame. And let's be honest, we all know the reason why Bronny is in the NBA. There's no getting around it. Other than that, he should have went to I think it was DePaul. He was supposed to be going to DePaul after this year. But Duquesne. But he should have went there and got him another year of college. Bronny is one of them that's got to stay in college at least for 2-3 years. You have got to get you some experience before you jump into the league. Your father just pressured you into the league, into something that I think you're going to regret in the future. I just don't see it. Jaylen Brown is he's succeeded, as you said. I mean, he's lived up to that number 3 pick. There was a reason why they picked him at number 3. There's a reason why they picked Bronny at 55. I mean, what are we doing here? Gilbert, come on, man.
Right, the usual. And real quick, college guy, what school did Jaylen Brown go to?
What school did Jaylen Brown go to?
He went to Cal.
Okay.
Dom wouldn't know. I left that for Dom. The layup for Dom. That was the layup for Dom.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, come on now. We know it's Gilbert Arenas. We know how you feel about him.
Part of the ACC now. So I know a little bit about Cal. I got to start studying Cal now a little bit because they did realignments. So conference realignment. So Cal is now part of the ACC, which I don't understand because Cal, Stanford, and SMU are now all a part of the ACC, which is the Atlantic Coast Conference. But you got 2 West Coast and 1 Midwest team now on the Atlantic Coast. I don't understand the realignment thing going on.
I smell another topic on AllBall Madness. Dom Dropper, dímelo.
I think the part of the reason besides the LeBron factor that we're hard on Bronny is that a lot of people like myself and like he just said, they don't feel like he proved in college basketball either that he was an NBA player or that he was even an NBA prospect. Like people are going back to Sierra Canyon. And, I mean, dude, he wasn't even a top 2 player on his high school team. You know what I'm saying? Most guys that get drafted are usually the best player on their high school team. Granted, though, he went to a Sierra Canyon. But, like, I remember because one of the kids that I coached way back when, before, like 7 years ago when I was a freshman in college, he was on Bronny's middle school team. Didn't end up being at Crossroads. Didn't end up being on his high school team. But he said there were several better players than Bronny, even though Bronny was good. But this is at Crossroads. And they had some D1 guys. It wasn't like Sierra. So like I'm curious as to like how much in the course of his life has he been the best player on his team at a serious level. And I'm not saying it's anything wrong with not being the best. Maybe he's only good enough to be the best player like at like the rec leagues or the pickup or some club teams that he played on.
But stay stay right there, Dom. As opposed to how many times do you think Jaylen Brown was the best player on his team?
A lot. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I've heard. I don't know what it's about Bronny's past when he was in Ohio, but I know about what happened when he was here. Yeah, when he was here, I don't think he was the best player on many teams that he played on. So we're just looking for him to prove himself. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people saying nobody said Jaylen Brown shouldn't have gotten drafted. People were saying Jaylen Brown maybe shouldn't have been top 3. It's different when you have a guy that people are like, he shouldn't even be in the league. Because there's a lot of people out there that feel like I'm not even joking, but I think there's a lot of deep down, I think there's a lot of like hoopers, maybe D2 guys that, you know, the politics didn't work out for them at their D1 school that legitimately think they're not that much worse than Bronny. And they think he's in the league. And I think there's a lot of bitterness towards that from fans. And then, of course, there's LeBron hate factor. People that hate LeBron are going to sadly root for this guy to, you know, this kid to fail, which that's unfortunate. But yeah, I don't really care. You know, for me, whether Bronny succeeds or not, I have no rooting interest or no interest in him failing or anything like that. I just don't think I agree with Lenzell. He should have been in college a couple more years.
It's their father's plan. Rich Paul's plan, the Lakers' plan. The Lakers are a part of this too now. JJ Redick, you signed up for this. All the hate that kid is getting.
It's his plan, but it's also his fault.
That's cool. To me, it's only his fault.
Bron know his son ain't ready for the NBA. He knows his son is not ready for the NBA. He has to keep the limelight and the spotlight on him until it's time for him to sell off or whatever you want to call it. He has to keep that. But I guarantee you when LeBron retires, Bronny won't be in the league 2 years after that. I guarantee you.
The reason why I say I can't, you want to call it his fault I think it's his plan, because if I know my son is not ready, I know my son. I know the league. I know the difference. I know what if he's ready to compete or not on this level, and whether he's able to succeed or not. I don't think it's in his control. I think that kid really wants to be good, by the way. I don't think he's not trying. It's just some people aren't good. It doesn't work out for you, and that's okay. But on top of that, LeBron is banking on, you know what? Things don't have to work out, and I'm going to go cash out just in case, because everything attached to my name has a dollar sign to it. That's the thing with this era that we live in. Everything is content creation. The Lakers know this. They're a reality TV show now. Reality TV show now, and they signed up for this. And then going back to Gilbert Arenas, I love this because all these players were complaining, all of them. And it started off with Draymond Green talking all that smack, new media, and all you guys are nothing but Skip Bayless. Nothing like it. Just like it. Right. Gilbert Arenas is Stephen A. Smith, and Draymond is Skip Bayless. There's no difference. You guys just say things for clicks. That is it. There's no way you sitting here comparing Bronny James to Jaylen Brown. And then they had Jaylen Brown's first game. He scored like 10 of 20 from the field and was destroying. No way possible. And he's dead serious about it. He's a great salesman, just like Skip Bayless and just like Stephen A. Smith. I love this because we're the real. I'm going to get a real conversation from Dom. When Dom is disgusted, you saw when I clicked, you saw when he saw Gilbert in his face, Dom hates his guts because not him personally, what he represents. Like the whole kicking the old school while they're down. Like, I don't even know if Gilbert Arenas is serious. I know he's doing it for a check. You're trying to disrespect the old school for a check. You're trying to protect. You're not protecting Bronny. You're making money off him too. You doing this for clicks too. Stop lying to me. Who you think you fooling, bro? We from this town. We from the town. You ain't from our town. You from LA or wherever you from. We've seen 1,000 of you. You're lying. Who cares if Bronny James gets booed? He got $8 million. Please give me $8 million to be on this TV screen right now and go crazy. Are you kidding me? Gilbert Arenas is full of shit, and I love it because all you guys swore up and down that First Take was nonsense and Skip Bayless was nonsense, and all you did was fill the shoe. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.